Accountability is the foundation upon which transformation is built. It's about looking in the mirror and accepting that where you are right now in life is a direct result of the choices you've made. This isn't about blaming yourself, it's about empowering yourself. When you take ownership of your actions, decisions, and mindset, you take back control of your life. Accountability means no longer pointing fingers at others or circumstances, but instead saying, this is my life and I'm responsible for what I do with it. Too often, people waste time waiting for external solutions for someone else to step in and make things better. But accountability is realizing that no one is coming to save you, and no one is going to fight harder for your dreams than you. It's not easy. It means owning your mistakes, acknowledging your flaws, and understanding that growth requires effort and honesty. Accountability strips away excuses and forces you to confront the reality of your situation, but it also gives you the power to change it. When you embrace accountability, you stop being a passenger in your own life and take the wheel. You understand that you are not defined by what has happened to you, but by how you respond to it. It shifts your mindset from victimhood to leadership, from helplessness to action. Accountability is about asking yourself tough questions. What could I have done differently? How can I improve? What am I going to do right now to move forward? Living with accountability means setting clear standards for yourself and holding to them, even when no one is watching. It's about doing what you said you would do, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient. It requires discipline, honesty, and a willingness to admit when you're wrong. But with that comes incredible power, the power to learn, to grow, and to create a life that aligns with your highest potential. Goals are the shiny destinations we all dream about, but habits are the vehicles that get us there. While it's easy to set lofty aspirations and envision success, the real magic lies in the small, consistent actions you take every day. Focusing solely on goals without aligning your habits is like staring at a map without ever taking a step forward. Habits are the foundation, the daily rituals that shape the course of your life, whether you realize it or not. Habits don't just help you achieve your goals, they redefine who you are. They're about the person you become in the process, not just the milestone you hit. When you focus on developing productive, intentional habits, you create systems that keep you moving even when motivation wanes. Goals are temporary, but habits are lasting. They are what carry you through the days when excitement fades and obstacles appear. Think about it, a goal might be to get fit, but it's the habit of exercising daily and choosing nourishing foods that make that goal a reality. A goal might be to write a book, but it's the habit of sitting down to write every morning that eventually turns blank pages into chapters. Habits bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. They're not glamorous, but they're effective. Habits are powerful because they work silently in the background, accumulating over time like compound interest. They build momentum and create a ripple effect that impacts other areas of your life. When you adopt a habit of discipline in one area, waking up early, exercising, or dedicating time to learning, you start to see that discipline seep into other areas. Habits create structure, and structure creates progress. The truth is, goals are fragile if they're not supported by habits. Goals are the what, but habits are the how they give your ambition substance and make your dreams tangible. By focusing on habits, you're not just chasing results, you're committing to a process, a lifestyle, a way of being that sustains success over time. Habits are about consistency, about showing up for yourself every single day, regardless of how you feel or what challenges arise. Eliminating what's holding you back is one of the most transformative steps you can take on the path to becoming your best self. It requires honest reflection, unwavering courage, and decisive action. Sometimes the barriers in our lives are external situations, environments, or even people. Other times they are internal, our fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. But no matter the source, these obstacles must be identified and addressed if you want to move forward. Start by asking yourself what is truly serving you and what is standing in your way. Are there toxic relationships draining your energy? Are there habits that pull you away from your goals instead of pushing you toward them? Is your environment conducive to growth, or does it reinforce stagnation? These are difficult questions, but they are necessary. Growth demands a level of honesty that's often uncomfortable. Removing what's holding you back isn't about blame, it's about taking ownership of your life. It's about recognizing the patterns and influences that no longer align with your values or vision. Letting go of these things can feel like a loss at first, but it's actually a gain of freedom, clarity, and space for what truly matters. Sometimes it's the people closest to us, the routines we've grown attached to, or the comfort zones we cling to that prevent us from reaching our potential. But comfort, while safe, rarely leads to greatness. Letting go might mean saying no more often to protect your time and energy. It might mean distancing yourself from relationships that no longer nurture you or breaking habits that sabotage your success. It might mean changing your self-talk, replacing negative inner dialogue with affirmations of strength and possibility. Whatever form it takes, elimination is an act of self-respect and empowerment. This process isn't easy. It requires discipline and faith in your ability to create a better future. There will be moments of doubt and discomfort because we often find identity in the very things that hold us back. But when you release what doesn't serve you, you create room for what does. You'll find that shedding the unnecessary allows you to focus your energy on what truly matters, on what moves you closer to the life you're meant to live. Investing in growth rather than excuses is a choice that transforms your life. Growth is about progress, learning, and striving to be better every single day. Excuses, on the other hand, are the chains that keep you tethered to the same spot, holding you back from achieving what you're truly capable of. It's easy to find reasons not to act, not to change, not to push yourself, but those reasons are nothing more than barriers you've built to shield yourself from discomfort. Growth demands that you dismantle those barriers, brick by brick, and step into the unknown with courage. Excuses may feel like protection in the moment, but they are illusions that rob you of opportunities. They whisper to you that it's okay to wait until the timing is perfect or until you feel ready. But life doesn't wait, and readiness often comes through action, not before it. Growth requires you to take responsibility for where you are and where you want to go. It's about recognizing that while you may not be at fault for everything that's happened to you, you are accountable for how you respond and what you do next. When you invest in growth, you commit to the process of becoming better, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. Growth doesn't come without effort. It requires discipline, persistence, and a willingness to embrace failure as a teacher. It means seeking knowledge, trying new things, and surrounding yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. It means prioritizing long-term rewards over short-term comfort. Excuses, on the other hand, are like weeds in the garden of your potential. They choke out opportunities before they have a chance to bloom. They allow you to stay stagnant while convincing you that you're justified in doing so. But the truth is, every excuse you make is a step further away from the life you desire. Every time you tell yourself you can't, you're reinforcing a limitation that doesn't have to exist. Growth is about planting seeds of possibility and nurturing them with action. It's about choosing progress over perfection and effort over ease. When you focus on growth, you shift your mindset from I can't to how can I. You stop waiting for conditions to be ideal and start creating opportunities where none existed before. By investing in your growth, you become a person who adapts, overcomes, and thrives, no matter the circumstances. Visualizing the future you want is not just an exercise in imagination, it's a powerful act of creation. The mind is a tool that shapes your reality, and when you focus it on a vision of where you want to be, you begin to align your actions, decisions, and energy with that future. Visualization is about clarity, about defining what success, happiness, or fulfillment looks like to you. It's about seeing yourself not as you are today, but as the person you aspire to become, living the life you dream of achieving. Take a moment to close your eyes and paint the picture in vivid detail. See the accomplishments, the relationships, the peace, and the joy you want to experience. Don't just see it, feel it. Feel the pride of achieving a goal you've worked hard for, the contentment of living a life aligned with your values, the excitement of new opportunities unfolding before you. Visualization isn't daydreaming, it's programming your subconscious mind to recognize possibilities and seize them when they arise. When you visualize your future, you give yourself a roadmap, a sense of direction. It becomes easier to identify what steps to take and which paths to avoid. The clearer your vision, the more intentional you become in your daily life. Every action, no matter how small, begins to feel purposeful because you're moving toward a defined destination. But visualization is also about belief. It's about convincing yourself that the future you desire is possible and that you are capable of creating it. Self-doubt and fear lose their power when you can see a brighter future ahead. Visualization turns someday into a goal with substance, something tangible you can work toward. It reminds you that you are not a passive observer in your life, you are the author of your story. This practice builds resilience because it allows you to focus on what's ahead, even when the present feels difficult. It gives you something to hold on to, a reason to keep pushing forward. When obstacles arise, and your vision becomes the anchor that keeps you steady. You won't be easily swayed or discouraged because you've already seen the finish line. Starting small and aiming big is the blueprint for meaningful progress and lasting success. Too often we get overwhelmed by the size of our dreams, intimidated by the distance between where we are and where we want to be. But the truth is, every great achievement begins with a single step, a simple action, a small effort that builds momentum over time. Starting small is not about limiting your ambition, it's about building a foundation strong enough to support the greatness you're striving for. Small steps are powerful because they are actionable and attainable. They allow you to move forward without the fear of failure paralyzing you. When you start with what you can do today, whether it's dedicating 5 minutes to a new habit, reaching out to one connection, or learning one piece of information, you set yourself up for consistent progress. Those small actions compound like drops of water, creating a mighty river over time. Aiming big, however, is equally important. It's about keeping your vision expansive, your aspirations bold. Dreaming big means refusing to settle for mediocrity, believing that you are capable of achieving more than what seems possible right now. It's about having a destination so inspiring that it motivates you to overcome challenges, persevere through setbacks, and stay committed when the journey gets tough. When you start small and aim big, you create a dynamic balance between the practical and the visionary. The small actions keep you grounded while the big dreams pull you forward. You can celebrate the small wins along the way, knowing they are milestones on the path to something much greater. Each tiny victory is proof that you're moving closer to your ultimate goal, no matter how far away it may seem. This approach also teaches you patience and perseverance. You learn that success isn't about instant gratification, it's about dedication and consistency. It's about showing up every day, even when the results aren't immediate, because you trust the process. By starting small, you eliminate excuses and begin to see progress that fuels your belief in what's possible. By aiming big, you keep yourself inspired and focused on the extraordinary life you're building.